Grace means everything. I mean, it's an undeserving, merciful thing that God gives us. I mean, I'm humbled to be called that. My mother told me that I was supposed to be named Rachel. You know, the birth certificate came back. The birth certificate said Grace on it. And she asked, you know, the doctor or whoever it was at the time, who's Grace? My mom was very abusive. She used to tell me me das asco, meaning I grossed her out. When I was in a room, she'd flip me off. When I was like 5 years old, I remember being molested and raped by my uncle. I remember trying to tell my mom, and I remember her just telling me I was a liar. So growing up, I felt unworthy, unvalued, unaccepted. It just felt like I didn't belong anywhere. I had 2 children from a gentleman, and I was with him in high school, and so I had 2 children from him, and he cheated on me repeatedly. I gave him my heart. He told me things that I wanted to hear from my father. I remember catching him cheating on me and just being shattered. And I remember thinking that men were going to pay. 17 years old, and I remember at that point it was just like men were just evil. I hated them. That's the beginning of just starting my revenge on men. Seeing what I was able to do with my body, it was like some kind of control that I had. It was like I could tease them. It was like some sense of power. That's when it started. It started in Rocky Point, and then it led to going into Mexico and then doing it there. June 12th of 2006 is when I took Tylenol, 99 Tylenol PMs, and wanted to end my life. I didn't have a way out. I hated this man. That day, that particular day, I remember he beat me, and I was just done. You know, I remember hearing the sirens, but I would come in and out, and I remember being on this hospital bed, coming out of my body, the machine going beep. I remember coming out of my body, and then I heard this voice tell me, Grace, I'm not done with you yet. And in that moment, this immense love, and I remember just coming back to my body. And then when I woke, I remember this light, and I remember my husband standing right in the right hand side, and I remember it was like God was giving me a gift. Me and my husband, we now have an 8-year-old son. God exists, and Christ is the center of my life, and that no matter what obstacle that you might have gone through, I mean, our marriage gives people hope. I mean, how can one person be with somebody that tried to kill them and then be in love? It's only Christ could do that. I do sculptures for athletes. I do like a direct reflection of their story, and when I do these sculptures, these one-of-a-kind memorabilia, 40% of the proceeds will go to end human trafficking.